Hello and welcome to the IFB's eLearning module on e-business. This is our introductory module, the overview, that touches on the series of topics we'll cover in more detail in modules 2 through 5. E-business, what do we mean when we use that term? Well, we're talking about using today's digital or computer-based tools, especially the internet, to make doing business easier. And it goes far beyond simply having a website now. E-business tactics really should be part of a marketing plan for any financial broker. But why is that? What are some of the advantages that we're talking about here? Well, you can tap into a whole range of computer-based tools to make communicating easier. That's both with your colleagues and your client base and potential prospects. And not only can it be easier, it can also be more cost-effective. You can join online business networks to connect with your peers, partners, clients, and prospects, and to expand your client base right from your desk. You can put strategies in place to make sure new prospects can find you online before they find your competitor. And e-business can provide you with better ways to keep up with the latest trends and industry news, and in turn share your expertise. That too will help keep you one step ahead of the competition. Financial brokers are making e-business tools work hard for them today, and they're reaping some great benefits. Not sure whether it's for you or maybe confused about where to start? Don't worry, we're here to help, and that's with easy to understand instructions and examples that are tailored directly to your situation. We've broken it down into separate modules too, so at any time you can go to the e-learning module that you want to know more about and get started. The single most important e-business tool you've got is your website. Even if you get most of your new clients through referrals, the first thing these prospects are likely to do is to try and find your website. Financial decisions are hugely important, so of course they want to get a feel for you and your business before they get in touch. You probably do this yourself, even if you're simply looking for a plumber. But how can you help ensure your business comes up when people search for a trustworthy broker in their area? Well, that's where a strategy called SEO, and that stands for Search Engine Optimization, is key. It's all about helping to make sure that your potential clients find you when they search online for a financial broker. We'll get into that in more detail later. Social media is also a hot topic that you've likely heard a lot about. Generally speaking, we're talking about websites that allow you to create and share content and network with friends and strangers, customers, and potential customers. You've heard of Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, but the list goes on. Why do sites like these matter for financial brokers, professionally speaking? That's a question we'll answer. There are also major innovations to phone systems, and they will let you and your colleagues work effectively from pretty much anywhere, tapping into a whole range of tools that can boost your productivity. We'll talk about VoIP, also known as VoIP, in some detail. And we'll also cover customer relationship tools, CRM systems as they're called, that are great productivity enhancers for financial brokers like yourself. Throughout these modules, we've included videos from both your peers, other members of the IFB, and from experts on each of the e-business topics we address. In this first clip, Ted Wernham, an IFB member and principal at Wernham Wealth Management, talks about why e-business is now a critical part of his company's operations. To play the videos in these modules, just click the image on screen. This will launch a new window, and there you'll see the video playing on YouTube. When you're done watching, close the window, press continue on this slide, and you can carry on with the module. The place to start when you're thinking about how to use e-business tactics is to determine what you're trying to accomplish, and then to prioritize that list so you know what you're setting out to do, and you can be sure that you achieve your goals. Here are just a few of the kinds of objectives you may want to tackle with e-business. This is just to kickstart your thinking. Your list may be very different. Most financial brokers want to be considered trusted advisors, in effect, partners in their clients' financial futures. And so they want to showcase their expertise online. And of course, most brokers also want to build their book, attracting the kinds of clients they can serve best. Your clients, of course, have preferences in how you communicate with them, And you may have different messages for different client types. There are cost-effective ways in e-business to keep track of all this and make your clients feel valued at the same time. With the right tactics in place, new prospects will find you easily, they'll learn about your business, and they will get in touch. As we've suggested already, at a bare minimum, you should be on the internet with your own company website. Now, this can be as simple as a one-page description of your business, answering the questions listed here to tell your story. You can't be all things to all people, so your content should clearly state who you are, what you do, who you do it for, where you operate, and why those people chose you originally and continue to do business with you. What sets you apart from the competition? Why should people trust you, respect your expertise, and want to do business with you? The goal here is to have a prospect like what they see enough to reach out to you, and the more they know up front, the less work you've got to do to convince them that you're the right person once you get face to face. Search engines are simply the tools you probably use every day to find things on the internet. Things like Google, Yahoo, and Bing, well, they're at the top of the list. And search engine optimization, or SEO, is about techniques you can use to help ensure that these search engines know you exist and show your website when people search for either you, your type of business, or the products you sell. One of the most important areas of SEO is in the content on your site. Using keywords, or the words and phrases that people would use in a search for your type of company, well, that's going to be critical. So phrases like Financial Advisor Toronto or Top Insurance Broker in Calgary, for example, well, these can help drive up your ranking and ensure people can find you. It's also really important that the information on your site is well organized, well written, relevant, and concise, and that it's easy for people to navigate. Taking care of all this isn't just great for visitors to your site. It also helps convince Google and the other search engines that your site's both trustworthy and credible, and that's what we want. Creating short video clips and posting them on sites like YouTube, that's just another example of some of the additional techniques you can use to boost your rankings and help people find your site. We'll get into all these points in detail in our module on SEO, and that's module number 2. Whether you're totally new to the concept or you're already experimenting with it, we think you'll find it's time well spent. Let's run through some of the basic elements in getting a website up and running. It's easier than you think, and you can always hire someone to do most or all of it for you. When it comes to choosing a web address, and that's also called a URL or a domain name, you want to keep it short, simple, and memorable, and as close to your business name as possible. You can look for available names on sites like netfirms.com and godaddy.com, and you can buy your domain name there for as little as $10 a year. When it comes to actually getting the site built, you've got a lot of options, from do-it-yourself free services like WordPress to engaging a freelancer or a digital agency to build it for you. And if you're engaging a freelancer to help, a basic page or a small site should be pretty inexpensive, probably as little as a few $100s. If you're looking for one online, you're looking for a website developer or a website designer. It's worth checking out their portfolios and scoping them out on LinkedIn before you engage. And you know, that's pretty much the same process your prospects are using to discover you. Once your site is designed and built, you'll need to look for what's called a website host. And there are plenty of companies providing this service out there. If you've consulted an outside source when it comes to building your site, they should also be able to help you find a suitable host. Some companies offer cost-effective services that cover everything we've mentioned here, from the design and build to getting you set up with the domain and the web host, and in some cases they'll let you pay for that on a monthly basis. One of the most popular uses of the internet today, of course, is for social media. And these are online communities that network and share content. Now, these sites include social communities like Facebook, but also, and importantly, business communities like LinkedIn. It also includes blogs you might sign up to, as well as photo or video or music sharing sites like Flickr, YouTube, and Last.fm. Initially, many financial brokers, and this may include yourself, hesitated to get involved in social media because they were afraid of crossing that line and getting into trouble with industry regulators. But as time passes, that's changing quickly. And a search online will tell you many brokers are getting involved and they're realizing some great benefits. For business, social media can have a huge impact on lowering the cost of mass communications. You can reach new prospects and develop a relationship before you ever meet face to face. And you can become a recognized expert in your field. For more, check out the IFB eLearning module on social media. That's module number 3. And there, we'll talk in detail about these issues and more. We've got another video to look at now, this time from Streetwise Consulting's Bill Jameson, managing partner. He talks about why it's important to prioritize what you plan to do before you begin when it comes to social media. And as he says, you can't be all things to all people. To watch Bill's video, click the image, and again, a video player will open. You can watch the video on YouTube, and when you're done, come back here, press continue, and carry on with the module. CRM. Well, it stands for Customer Relationship Management, as you may know. And it's all about finding the most effective ways to attract, serve, and keep track of clients, prospects, and other key players in your business network. There are tools out there that can make all of this much easier for you. Your CRM system will let you manage communications with clients, and it's going to contain contact details, including address, phone number, and so on, records from meetings and discussions, planned next steps, and action items. And those are just the basics. There's really a lot you can do with CRM systems once you get into some of the more advanced features and functions. Let's talk quickly about some of these advanced functions you can get with an effective CRM system. We're talking about managing your communications in a proactive and efficient way, giving you the jump on competitors, and giving your clients the personal touch without spending more time. You can segment your client database and treat different groups accordingly. So, for example, you could search for your clients who've got term policies expiring in 30 to 90 days, and you could send them an email about their upcoming renewal. You can easily communicate with many clients at the same time and send targeted messages as well. Your time is precious, so when you've got messages that apply to a number of your customers, you can set emails to go out to just the right people. So now you're free to concentrate on those clients you need to deal with in person or on the phone today. You can also see which client types are the most profitable, as well as who refers the most business to you. For more on the power of an effective CRM system for your business, check out the IFB eLearning module on CRM. That's module number 4. In our final video in this module, Randall Craig, founder of Pine Tree Advisors, talks to us about how some of these social media, SEO, and CRM tactics come together in terms of the relationship curve. Again, to play the video, click the image of Randall, watch the video on YouTube, and then come back here and click continue to move on with the module. Phone systems have come a long way in terms of how they can help smaller businesses present a bigger business feel and gain some real productivity advantages along the way. VoIP systems let you make and take calls using your internet connection. So one of the main benefits is in reducing long distance charges because your calls are traveling over the internet. You can appear as if you're in the office no matter where you connect to the internet. So a laptop and a headset are all you really need to work from home, the cottage, or a hotel, for example. VoIP systems can offer advanced functions too. Unified communications is one of those. And that's software that puts your email, voicemail, and faxes all on one screen on your computer. And your calls are coming in there too. It's a real boost in productivity for many brokers, as you might imagine. These phone capabilities are worth exploring to see if the benefits might make sense for your business and the way you want to operate. So if you're interested in VoIP and advanced phone systems, be sure to check out the 5th module in our series. It's the last one, and we think you'll find it useful. Social media changes all the time, and that's one of the reasons that regulators hesitate to create specific rules for each new format that comes out. So here's an example of what you'll see happening instead. In December 2011, IROC released an update to their policy on ads, sales literature, and correspondence. And essentially they say that they've had a ton of inquiries from their dealer members about these newer forms of communication. And their position is that, and this is a direct quote, regardless of the method by which communication takes place, and however social media websites evolve, dealer members must ensure compliance with applicable regulatory requirements and securities legislation. Now, the good news here is that it means that you don't really need to worry about unique requirements for the various social media tools you're going to engage in. The policies and approaches you've got in place for your other communication methods are still relevant and applicable. One of the key things to remember is to make sure that anyone who's communicating through social media on your behalf or that's connected to your business understands what your policies are. The wise advisor leaves the heavy lifting for a more intimate and compliant setting. In other words, stick to corporate email, telephone, and face-to-face meetings for doing all the things you do to help your clients make decisions. Use social media for developing some of the other areas that are important factors in trust relationships. And these are the things we've talked about in this module, showing your expertise, what it's like to work with you, your personal brand. And if you stick to these guidelines, you can really leverage social media for everything it can do and at the same time remain cautiously compliant. Now, having said all this, don't leave yourself without a parachute. Sign up for a social media archiving service like Archive or Socialware. And those links are included at the end of this module. So that way you'll have an archived record of your online activity if you ever need to produce it to demonstrate that you have been compliant. We've now reached the end of this introductory module on e-business. We'd invite you now to delve into each of the subtopics listed on this slide. Before you go, remember, there's a quiz at the end of each module, and if you're interested in continuing education credits, be sure to take it. You can have the results automatically submitted to the IFB, and then from there ensure that you're credited for your time. Good luck and enjoy.